Hello everyone, Terminator Fan 1984 here, and welcome back to Roblox. As you can tell, we're not playing on, well, you know, Sail and Sink Simulator. As we can tell, as you can already you know what I mean. As you can already tell, we are playing on water physics. As today, they got an update. Now, I should mention this is the Overhaul. They changed a whole bunch of stuff. Got the NPC stuff here, so we can spawn in NPCs. We also can put our own stuff into the water here, like the iceberg and all that. We can even customize the ship differently than we could originally. So, I'm going to use the palette here and customize the ship. So, I'm going to just... Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give it a different color. Let's make the hull a nice white. Color these in, because apparently they're separate parts. So we're coloring this in right here, as you can already tell, and there we go. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do actually is... Well, first of all, I'm going to actually turn off the waves, which you could do there, and you can also customize the water. I don't know if it's still a Game Pass. No, there are some stuff of... Well, there's some stuff of the Game Pass I don't have. Now, we are going to go into... we'll just change this down to 0 to have a proper mood. We could set the depth of the water, which we'll set to... Let's actually keep it at its original number or somewhere around there. We can also turn these off. We also have underwater rusting. So of course, as you can tell, I just colored the whole ship, or at least the hull of it, white. And actually, I'm going to do one more thing with the ship. Let's color those a nice shade of orange. Or, whatever. No, wait, actually no. Yeah, that looks better. So, of course, if we do this, we could sail out and all that. But also, here's how how the seats are in this game now. Now, I have seen this stuff before when I was testing it out. Oh, there's an iceberg up ahead. Let's try and turn away from it. We have hit a berg. And I think it's done some nasty damage in our forward compartment. So we better stop the ship. And wait to see what the passengers will do. And look at that. The lifeboats are launching. And that's not me who touched them. As you can see, the lifeboats are launching on their own. And they know why to launch. The ship is sinking, probably. Hopefully they don't launch empty, because that's kind of what happened last time when I was testing out the update. Oh, hold on a minute. Let's get rid of that before the boat hits it. But yeah, when this thing is flooding, you'll see... Oh! There's a little bit of bug. But yeah, as you can see, it would show this compartment flooding, and if this one floods all the way to the top, it's going to flood down into this compartment here. Then into the next back and back. Of course, we got passengers down there, and other people. Don't know why there's passengers in a crew-only area. But hey, that's how the game has its spawns. Let's go down, actually. Now, we're not in any immediate danger. We are just going to go below deck and explore the flooding areas. Or explore the flooded area. You can also see, we don't have to worry about opening all the watertight doors now. We can just simply hit these and open them. And if we go down here, we can see it's dry. But we have to go forward. which is this compartment here. Holy moly, it took out the stairs. Yeah, I don't think we have to worry about it flooding, actually, so we might be good. The key word is might. I don't know why, also. For some reason, it will make us, or will say that we're in the water when we walk through the watertight doors. Guessing that's also a bug, but like I say, this is a new update and all. So walking through the dining room, we see a crew member who is probably got his beard cut down and all, just currently doing his job. Let's go actually to the front. Let's see how bad the flooding has gotten. As you can see, the ladder, top side, and right there are doing something. Now, as far as I can see, the ship is not sinking, so let's respawn the ship and try and sink it another way. Alright, we're back. So we're going to sink the ship by launching a torpedo at this exact area. We're also going to spawn the NPCs afterwards quickly. Now, as you can tell, the ship is quickly sinking, and some of the passengers are probably trying their best to get out of the hole there, as water is quickly filling up. Now, okay, yeah, so it would do something like this, which is currently flooding from this compartment, and it's flooding into the next. Or at least it's going to flood into the next. You know, at least once it gets to here, of course. And there goes a couple lifeboats. Actually, all the lifeboats are launching. Well, the passengers here might be gone, because the vessel is currently going under, so let's turn off X-ray for a minute and see how the flooding looks. Yep, we got something here. Something global. Oh! Okay. I didn't know that there was... I didn't know there was other people else playing the game. Holy moly. Well, these... other people could see the chat. Guess that's something I really gotta keep up on. But let's not focus on that now. We're going to focus on the ship itself, which... Whoa, that's... Now, I know in real life this is not meant to be looking like this. So, they might want to update how the water is done. Water is currently lapping over the bow, or at least it's going to try and lap over the bow. Let's go check out the front of the ship. Yeah, this is bad. The water's flooding now. It's bad. This is very bad. So let's get up top side. Or, matter of fact, let's go into the lower parts of the ship. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. I need to check something. Oh, okay, never mind. It was the area down here that had a, rooms and all that. I was wondering, wait, why is this space empty? But, you know, now we're going to go down below deck to see how the flooding is looking. We'll probably first actually check this area here in the upper hull of the ship. Okay, that just happened. And there's a massive wall, a literal wall of water right there. Now we won't be able to get our stuff from the freezer. And the thing is that if I open the watertight door down here, it's going to let the water into this compartment. Which is already going to not really help much in a already worse condition of a ship. So let's go up top side. Alright, the water is currently overlapped. It's currently gone over the bow. If I go down here, it's going to be right there. So the ship is currently sinking, and it's going to take everyone down with it. As we can see here, the water is currently going to sit over the line. So we're going to go over this way. And if we also hit X-ray here, we can still see what compartments are not flooded and which ones are flooded, of course. So this compartment is starting to flood. And so is this area up here. But if that funnel is hit by the water, then that flooding is going to accelerate, because that's a boiler room. See? Like so. It's accelerating. And it's accelerating more. Look at how fast it's flooding. And there goes the passengers. Ooh, lordy, it sunk quick. And there goes the vessel, immediately touches the bottom of the sea. So while the vessel is currently down here at the bottom of the sea, wait, is it gonna tilt or is it gonna? Never mind. It's resting kind of on, like it's kind of resting on its not so even keel, but on a slight list. Can I still drive this thing even though it's under? Okay, no. I was about to say, like, hold on, can I have a submarine? Okay, there's the funnels, but, let's give them some more room. As you can tell, I have a drag tool. So let's just place some randomly. What the? I was about to say, is there a lifeboat coming down? No, these are silhouettes. Alright, so there's also something else I should mention. As of currently, there is something we can also use. So we are going to do this. We're going to turn on underwater rusting. And, well, the name says what it does. We're going to watch the first pieces of the ship that may corrode. And the propellers are spinning, which they really shouldn't. But, of course, here's the damage area. And I think I'm not mistaken. Oh, here's some casualties. More casualties there. A little bit of some casualty in here in the boiler. Oh, never mind, here's some more casualties. Well, these passengers should have got out when they had the chance. But yeah, in short, I'm trying to pay attention to where any rusting is. And you were just standing there as if, you've been frozen the time. Holy crap. Okay. Wait, holy crap. I see it's, yeah, look, it's starting to age down here. Look at the discoloration starting to show. So, as we can see, it's starting to discolor around this area here. And it's already, I think, discoloring the funnel, I believe? Yeah, it's certain parts, but not all of it. It's not like going to rust all the way. It's going to rust various parts at one at a time, or multiple at a time. Just different parts on different sections of the ship. I don't think these have yet to experience any exposure, or at least any rusting. The hull is getting darker though. I think. Yeah, the hull's a tad bit darker in certain areas. So if we go down here, we can see exactly how the vessel is. Yep, I think this might have... Yeah, this is a wall that would have gone into... Well, this wall is just blocking off part of the area, but if you went through... Oh, no, wait. This is empty space. Never mind. You could put some rooms in here, though, to liven it up. Maybe have it be like a little kitchen area, perhaps. Yeah, in short, we go past these rooms here, then we go this way, and we can see the material is still aging. If we go lower into the hull, we could find, of course, the original spot where the ship's been hit. But look at that, it's completely aging. The vessel is completely getting older, and well, the parts are getting more old and worn down over time. The paint is fading, while the metal, and it just instantly became rust. And, you know, what's something I would like to see is if there's like a corrosion mechanic where the ship can corrode at random places of the, can rust over time at random places until the ship doesn't exist anymore. So we're going to go explore another ship. Alright, we're back, so we are now going to do something with that of the tsunami. Now, from the testing game for water physics, this is able to do something that it hasn't done in quite some time. And we're going to watch it right here. As you can tell, I'm in this room here. And we're capsizing right now. We're rolling, we're rolling. Okay, we're lagging. There goes the ship. Being taken by the giant wave. I can't even get back on. That's how bad the wave is. Okay, I think the wave might be done with the ship. Or might not be. I don't think it is. But holy crap, the ship is rolling. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get back on unless I do this. Okay, yeah, I think it's starting to settle down. But you can see how bad. Holy crap. Okay, is it gonna roll over or is it gonna try and capsize? Yeah, it's gonna capsize. It's gonna definitely capsize. Or is it? I can't tell. So, we're just on our side. But if we do the following, with the drag tool, we'll be able to be upside down. Like so. Let me get a better grip here. Okay, yeah, see what I mean? The vessel's now upside down, which means recreating the Poseidon adventure in water physics is possible again. Now, I should mention that the vessel has flooded rather quickly, as you can clearly tell, but we're gonna probably we're gonna open its watertight doors and let it sink. So that way the water will just go into other compartments, or actually better yet, is it gonna do its final plunge? Yes, doing its final plunge, look. It's going down like the 2005 Poseidon. And so it's going to hit the seabed. We're going to go do something else and fall in another one of the vessels. So here is the car ferry. One of the vessels here that we can mess around with in water physics. If we go into here, we have rain, and we can actually change the intensity of the wind. So if we have it set to max, we can also have rain intensity up, which, good lord, makes it dark. There's also lightning, which we'll keep at a low level. But yeah, as you can tell, we can barely see anything outside. Matter of fact, since we're doing something like this and fall in the, weather, let's turn back on the waves. I must warn you in advance, there's going to be flashing colors. So if you're sensitive to that, please skip to, oh god. One of these might have hit the ship. One of them did hit the ship. Yeah, oh crap. Hey, here's something else we can do. We could finally close the bow visor. Let's also close the watertight doors. Yeah, here's the damage. Things that the water, there is no mechanic. Yeah, let's see. Okay, yes. I want to turn off that. I want to turn off the lightning. Yeah, you can also see some other stuff there. Or better, no, before I turn it off, let's turn up its intensity. Be advised, it's gonna be flashing colors. Flashing lights. So let's get this vessel and bring it out. I can barely see in front of my own, my own point of view. Yeah, here, let's turn off the lightning. Oh, did it lock? Oh, it struck one of the boats. One of the boats got struck. And, oh, we're listing. We took damage somewhere? Unless that's the wind doing it, we might be listing somewhere. Well, I can tell you this, I can barely see anything. So I gotta go into the ship to a few any flooding. But yeah, let's do it with the snow. And you can see it's kind of doing some. It's doing a little bit better than the rain. At least we can see. Now, since this is in the game, we can probably also sink this thing as if it was the Estonia that sank back in 1994. Oh, there I am. Didn't mean to do that. Here, let me move myself up here. So we're going to just hit the open, you know, open, front door while we're out here with waves. They're actually much taller. So let me get the, let me see, the lighting, the environment, and if I go actually to the waves here, I could make it go a little bit bigger. As you can see, we are heavily listing to one side, and our bow visor is gone. Let's actually turn off the weather stuff there. So off. Let's get the wind off. As you can see, the vessel is sinking, and the water is lapping into the ship's one and only into its bow visor. It's also, of course, slamming into open areas that it may be able to access. So the water is, of course, flooding the car deck. At least the forward one, as you can see here. But if the wind keeps it up, then the vessel is going to sink. Whoa, that just happened. Alright, there's also water entering other parts of the ship, as you can see from the X-ray. That means the waves might be getting a little bit more. Oh no, that might be why. There's a hole from the lightning. I think this is my cue, folks, for me to swing out the boat and get myself out of here. Oh crap, this ain't good. Abandon ship. Abandon ship. Okay, actually we're not going to be able to keep up with the... Okay, she is being tossed and turned. So, she ain't going to make it for long, judged by how long she's going to keep this up. But she's going to begin sinking soon, because all that water is starting to pour into her. The vessel is now listing much more. Water is entering probably the... Looks like it's also entering the back end of the ship where the car deck is. Or at least the aft car deck. Folks, I don't think the ship will make it for long. Didn't mean to do that. So if we go back to... If we go back towards the ship, which you can see it's sinking all the way over there in the distance. Oh look, there you... Okay, look. It's over there! That's a little bit of haunting sight, and because we're in choppy waters, as you can see there, and the ferry is all the way over here, taking a plunge. And from what I'm seeing, it ain't good, as the water is also seamlessly lapping into exposed areas. Looks like it's getting to this compartment too now. Yeah, it's hitting that door there, so we're actually going to, not, so we're actually going to go into the vessel seat and set it to have it go idle. And we're actually going to instead watch this thing sink. At least try to watch it sink, as the waters are choppy and all. Alright, so we're gonna go down towards this way. Of course. Oh, we can't even use this if the lifeboat's been damaged. I didn't even know that. Alright, so the water is currently going over the door over there, as you can see by the water pooling there. And if we go through this way, We got the hole open here, but we can see there's more water in here than there is out there. Which means we might be might go down by the head, or probably go down on the side. There's no water down here, though. Let's check down here. Okay, there's a slight amount of water in that area. I don't know what that is. If anyone here knows what the heck that is, let me know down in the comments. But for now, let's get the heck out of here. These stairs are getting too difficult to climb. Okay, there's the engine. Okay, you know, I got a better idea. Let's go use the, you know, thing there. And I know we're gonna have to keep an eye out on the flooding. We can't really do much there because our bow visor has decided to fall into the water somewhere, and we don't know exactly where it is. But the water is currently lapping onto the side of the ship, and if it gets to the other hole, it ain't gonna be good. It's already taken over the ship by flooding a hole that's been made from the lightning earlier. Okay, I think we're going to probably capsize or something. If we don't, then something else will get the ship. Let's not open that. Let's go down here. Yeah, crap, that ain't good. The water's starting to get to the stairs. Yeah, look at how bad of a list we're at. The water is currently lapping and letting the vessel flood while the whole thing rolls through the waves, and it's even hitting the funnel, which means if the funnel's gone, that means there's more water going to be able to get into the ship. So as we currently can see, the engine room is going to be probably letting in some more water as it goes down. And speaking of water, there's some in the stairwell. Let's go back up. Let's go check in here. This may also have water in it too. Yeah, there was water in there, but it's only a little bit as far as I've seen. Slight problem is that this vessel is not going to be able to make it back to land in one piece. Wait, is it? No, I was about to say, was it righting itself? Nope, it's not righting itself. It's currently letting itself get more and more water in. The vessel's not going to make it. So we're going to go back aboard. Okay, we made it. But yeah, you can see how bad the water's getting now. It's flooding into there. The vessel may as well just roll over or something. If it's not able to keep up with the whole... If it's not able to keep up with, you know, how this is, then... Well, at least not what's going on here, I mean, but... If it's not able to keep up its buoyancy, it may as well begin this... It may as well, do its final plunge. Now, as you can see here, the water is now flooding into other compartments. So far, only one... Oh, look! That one compartment is starting to get its fill of water now. And so is that one. It's which means if the water's going to spill over, it's going to roll, it might roll the ship over. If it doesn't do that, then it's going to do something else. We need to get the vessel, or at least we don't need to get the vessel, we just need to get ready for the whole, you know, recovery, you know. By that recovery, I mean by the salvage of any materials. Of course, for the water this deep, I'm pretty sure that's not going to be possible for this thing. So for the time being, we're just watching the vessel roll and lap, or roll and have the waves slap against its bow and sides, and also its stern. But yeah, the sinking's getting much worse. The water is, of course, pouring into the engine rooms, which are flooding more and more each time the vessel rocks and rolls. So once she goes down, that's it. She's done. And until the ship begins to sink, or at least does sink, the vessel is going to currently be a rolling, rocking, you know what I mean, rock and rolled ship. Alright, so with some help with the drag tool, I was able to help the ship get some more compartments flooded. And as you can see, it is doing its final plunge. So the vessel will not be retired, or not retired I mean, but will not be above water for long. As you can see, the waves are getting a whole lot worse for the vessel. And there it goes. Parts of the superstructure. Let's drag it down a little bit more if we can. That help in any way? Or do we just sink a whole ship quickly? Okay, nope, it's just doing that. And up. As you can tell, it just did its final plunge. Now we're gonna go do another ship. Then that'll be it. Alright, so we're on the final ship of this video. Which is, of course, well, not really the final ship actually. So this will actually be one of two final ships. Because another ship I should probably show off did get a update. At least when it came to design. Whoa, that was something. Alright, let's go. Let's get not get too close to the water. Let's not get too close to the water. Oh, that's too close. Alright, no Maverick, but that was too close. So at some point, the vessel here is meant to, you know, the vessel there is meant to capsize when when some water actually enters the vessel's the flight deck. try and put a missile into the flight deck. If we can't, then we're going to fly again and do it a little bit further away. Come on, come on, come on. Fire! Oh no! That didn't help. That's alright. A little bit of a hole punch in the doors here will do the trick. And yes, as you can tell, these are actual doors. So, yeah. Also, we can't fly this. I cannot fly this because I don't have the super jet. Nor do I have. Oh wait, I do have the bomb. But looks like the vessel ain't capsizing. So we're going to switch over to the paddle steamer, which you could see got a update. It now has these on the sides. I don't know why they're there. I'm guessing these were put there to try and prevent the paddle steamer from, you know, capsizing because of how its frame is. So we're going to fire a torpedo there. Then we're going to fire a torpedo into one of its things, which will bring a list to the vessel's side, but also for some reason break this whole thing up. As you can see, the water is currently taking over that side, and if we cut this here, we can do this, and it's going to roll over to that side. Also because it's where the water is. And if we punch a hole in here, like so, we will be able to overwhelm the ship. Matter of fact, let's do something else. Let's open our watertight doors and let the vessel plunge. You can tell it's going down by the head. Yep, and it's plunging more quickly. And the final plunge it's now doing. As you can see, the water is going over the vessel and all that. And, oh wait, what's that? Is that... Oh, never mind, I don't have the nuke. I do have these, though. But yeah, oh yeah, something else I should mention before I do call this episode off. You notice these here. So I don't have a save on this. I have a save for the testing game. So if I have the save, and the save would have had saved, of course, your settings and all. It won't save like your customization work on the ship. But yeah, hopefully you had a good day or night, depends on when you watch this video. And yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. Make sure, actually, I also gotta make sure to say this. Make sure to like and subscribe down below. And don't forget to share this with your friends or anywhere you want. Anyways. Of course, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching this. Have a good day or night, depending on when you're watching this. See you next time. Bye.